Thanks for watching, everyone. KSL Live at 5 starts right now.
Coming up next on Live at 5.
Pleas for mercy. We'll take you inside the commutation hearing of a Utah death row inmate.
A dire need is
house arrest.
Full day of testimony today in a commutation hearing for Utah death row inmate Ralph Menzies. His attorneys are now pleading for mercy as they return to some familiar talking points. News specialist Andrew Adams live now with the update. Andrew, what do you know?
Well, Ralph Menzies' vascular dementia definitely took center stage again today as witnesses and his experts painted a picture of cognitive decline. Now, this all got started a little bit after 8 a.m. here this morning before the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole. Menzies' attorneys rolled out a board-certified neuropsychologist and a neurologist and essentially went layer by layer through the death row inmate's brain via a 2023 MRI. They pointed to signs of disruptive abnormalities and brain shrinkage they attributed to likely strokes and vascular dementia. And a corrections caseworker testified that she'd also seen changes over the past couple of years that were similar to what she'd seen in her own grandparents who had dementia.
As far as behavior and the decline in like the being able to walk and move and like the verbal skills, like, you know, tapering down and like pretty much halting. Yeah, my grandparents did a lot of the same things.
I found little evidence of cognitive decline since my last visit with him in April of 2024.
State experts painted a different portrait, although they acknowledged they didn't have access to Menzies or to some of the raw data because his legal team didn't want them to have those things. Another expert said it would be inaccurate to boil down what is going on with Menzies to simple dementia. He said it could be much more complicated than that. Menzies' team made other arguments as to why their client shouldn't be executed, including testimony from the original proceedings that was perjured. They said that could have influenced his death sentence. Testimony wrapped up on both sides today, so tomorrow becomes an off day, and the proceedings resume on Friday morning with victims' representatives. Back to you guys.
All right, Andrew Adams live for us. Andrew, thank you. Well, Mexico is transferring 26 you.
Pleading for mercy. Attorneys today making the case here. Utah death row inmate Ralph Menzies should not be executed. The commutation hearing began today, proving to be a battle of experts. News specialist Andrew Adams live for us right now, helping us sort through all of this. Andrew?
The lawyers for Ralph Menzies pointed out multiple reasons why their client should not be executed, from the fact that he's a good citizen behind bars to the fact that there was perjured testimony that may have factored into his original death sentence. But once again, his mental competency and his vascular dementia took center stage as doctors from both sides disagreed about how much he's affected.
You are not a court of law. You're a court of mercy.
Attorneys for Ralph Menzies were direct as they made their case for clemency to the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole.
That killing Mr. Menzies will not bring Maria Consider back to her loved.
They said their client, now 67, has had dementia for at least 2 years and likely far longer.
The question before this board today is whether he will die as a result of his terminal vascular disease or whether the state of Utah will hasten his death by shooting him.
The death row inmates' legal team and 2 board-certified scientists went layer by layer through Menzies' brain, outlining what the images from a 2023 MRI showed.
A severe underlying vascular pathology that's affecting the entire brain.
And they said the findings were fairly clear.
Basically, it means his brain is wasting away.
Witnesses for Menzies testified his physical and cognitive state had only declined further over the past 2 years. But the state's experts said they saw it differently.
It was my opinion that Mr. Menzies was aware of his impending execution and that he had a rational understanding of the state of Utah's rationale or reason for executing him.
That expert said the defense hindered more recent attempts to assess Menzies and wouldn't share raw data. But from his review, he found little evidence of decline since last year.
What evidence I did find, I felt could be equally attributed to his reported increased levels of depression.
Another state expert testified that it would be inaccurate to boil this down to dementia. He said there could be a variety of other factors in play, including personality disorders. Now, both sides wrapped up with their witnesses, so there's going to be no hearing tomorrow. The proceedings resume on Friday with victims' representatives. Back to you guys.
Continue to watch, and we'll see what happens here. All right, Andrew, thank you.
A coalition against the new